you had better stop. But the thing that he didn't tell you that left an impression on me, that continues to leave an impression on me, is when we got down, then he took us over and he said, look up there, because we had no perspective. We just thought we were going down a steep hill. Look out there, and you see that bluff that's probably like 50 feet at least high. What would have happened? And the thing that struck me is he always found those teaching moments to teach us. And it's that integrity that I admire and that I still kind of comes through me now, I hope. It's just a fraction, I hope, when I'm with my kids. And I use that example with my own kids when I talk about perspective to this day. I said, you know, God has a perfect plan for your life. It might not feel like it at times, and you might be very frustrated. You're coming to that moment where all of a sudden you're thwarted and you have to go a different direction, but there's very good reason for that. Just as Mark Graham pointed out to us, you had better go a different direction. And so I thank you, both of you men, for those life modeling moments for us that we can continue to pass on to younger generations of men.
Okay, so we are coming near the end of our program today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. After we end, a little bit of just logistics here. If anybody could stay and help put up some of the table and chairs, that would be appreciated, as well as the tent, because I mean, honestly, as leaders, we don't know how to put these things up. And scouts have to teach us. Yeah. So as Ethan Graham and Kent as well wanted to be here, but I know that Ethan could not be here because of the weather and the iciness on the mountain. It's not like here. Over there, it's very icy. It's just not safe. And so instead, he sent a letter to Martha Graham, and she's going to come up and read it. And that after Martha's done reading, that will end our program, and we're free to go. So thank you very much for coming, and you guys have a great day.
Kathy, put in mind 2 words first, or last. I've always thought of Mark and Greg like Marnie and Andy and Marnie. But Greg was not like the hapless Marnie. He is strong where Mark is weak, and Mark is weak where Greg is strong. And it's just been a perfect partnership. So I just want to thank Greg particularly, because you have just, Mark wouldn't be here after 25 years if it hadn't been for your friendship and your help. So, and Aaron and Kent both wanted to be here, but the ice prevented them, and Aaron wanted to be here too, but he's studying for an exam. But Ethan did send this, and I would like to read this to you. I'm sorry I couldn't be there this morning. I really would prefer to have delivered this message myself. I was going to open up with Old Rag B's story, where he got his elf ear. If anybody knew, Ethan got into a nest of yellow jackets. I became the first Eagle Scout in December 1992. 66 other boys have reached the mountain summit since then. Countless others have started the journey and not finished or aren't finished yet. Long live Troop 72 and beef stew. I had always wondered why my father continued to lead Troop 72 after my brothers and I were gone. It has been almost 8 years since my youngest brother, Kent, made Eagle. After 25 years and 67 Eagle Scouts later, I understand why my father continued. The impact Mr. Graham, Mr. Liskey, and the others have had on the young men in this troop has been incredible. They shepherded young men who would go on to accomplish great things. I was able to witness this firsthand last summer when my son Connor and I joined Troop 72 for the 50-mile canoe trip. I'm proud to be part of Troop 72. I became a scout leader in Pack 737 in Richmond because my son Connor was interested. I had an excellent example to follow. I'm constantly rewarded by seeing the boys around me grow and learn. Thank you, Dad and Greg, for your hard work and dedication. Thank you for starting and sustaining Troop 72, the ultimate investment in today's young men and tomorrow's leaders. We owe you a lot. And one more final thought. 25 years and 1 day ago, Mark went camping. It was 2 days after I had brought our fourth child home from the hospital. He brought us home, dropped us off by the house, and went camping. Thank you so much.
Can we give Mark and Greg one more round of applause?